a legacy that's fierce and bold. Promoting the makers, he's lifting them higher. Every model a spark, every print's desire. He's got the skills, the hustle, the drive. Free Heathen workshop, keeping dreams alive. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. This life's a grind, but there's no regret. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love you and you matter, never forget. Oh, free, they're leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. Yeah, he's setting the tone for every designer, making magic their own. Blueprints and dreams, they're the tools of the trade. With Free Heathen workshop, the future's made. His models are art, his passion's the key. He's building a world for the community. Through struggles and triumphs, he's always on deck. With the mantra he lives by, protect your neck. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. This life's a grind, but there's no regret. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love you and you matter, never forget. Oh, free Heathen leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. It's more than print, it's a way to rise through the sweat and tears under burning skies. He's here for the makers, for the love he gives. With every design, he shows how to live. All free, and leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. Yo, it's Free Heathen breaking the game. For the makers, the dreamers, remember the name. Crew and tribe, we're riding this wave. For every creator who dared to be brave. He's the man with the vision, designs that inspire. Fueling the scene with relentless fire. From the crew to the tribe, he's breaking the mold. Building a legacy that's fierce and bold. Promoting the makers, he's lifting them higher. Every model a spark, every print's desire. He's got the skills, the hustle, the drive. Free Heathen workshop, keeping dreams alive. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. This life's a grind, but there's no regret. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love you and you matter, never forget. Oh, free, they're leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. Yeah, he's setting the tone for every designer, making magic their own. Blueprints and dreams, they're the tools of the trade. With Free Heathen workshop, the future's made. His models are art, his passion's the key. He's building a world for the community. Through struggles and triumphs, he's always on deck. With the mantra he lives by, protect your neck. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. This life's a grind, but there's no regret. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love forget. Oh, free Heathen leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. It's more than print, it's a way to rise through the sweat and tears under burning skies. He's here for the makers, for the love he gives. With every design, he shows how to live. All free and leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love you and you matter. Hear the call with free Heathen. There's room for us Yo, it's free Heathen breaking the game. For the makers, the dreamers, remember the name. Crew and tribe, we're riding this wave. For every creator who dared to be brave. He's the man with the vision, designs that inspire, fueling the scene with relentless fire. From the crew to the tribe, he's breaking the mold, building a legacy that's fierce and bold. Promoting the makers, he's lifting them higher. Every model a spark, every print's desire. He's got the skills, the hustle, the drive. Free Heathen workshop, keeping dreams alive. So keep your chin up, protect your neck. This life's a grind, but there's no regret. Just build, 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 let your heart connect. I love you and you matter, never forget. Oh, free, they're leading the way, pushing the limits, redefining the play. For the crew, for the tribe, for the ones who strive. He's the pulse of the maker's drive.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Free Heathen Workshop. My name, of course, is Maker Millwright. Welcome into my laboratory. Thank you for being here. I think we're going to play some video games. I just had some... apparently, I had more paperwork to do today, and boy, does paperwork tire me out. So I'm back, I'm refreshed, I'm excited, and we're here for you to chill, and it is Free Heathen Workshop, so I'm happy to chat about everything. We're going to play some video games, and right now I'm actually running some buttons. Yep, Pet G buttons. If you ever need buttons for your textiles, they're easy enough to design. I can show you how I did it. So, I'll bring up my buttons. Hold on. And I think my Pet G is disagreeing with me again. It's just how the weather is here. It's more rain's coming, but I don't know. Still working through that headache, still doing my thing. So here's Tinkercad, right? So buttons are really easy though. So just these are the ones I think I'm doing. Always good to have spares. Man, I'm getting an echo, but that's so these are the ones. They're really straightforward. It's actually really simple to do. And because you can do it's actually this set of 3, I think. You just kind of decide, like, the best is to measure off an existing button you have, and it's just a cylinder, right? So normally about 12 mil. They go down, 10, 12, right? And then you just kind of, the height, right? The height, I have to make my buttons a little thicker, but buttons are normally like anywhere from like 2.5 to 3, right? So what I do is I make sure that, you can turn the sides down so you got more sides. You can turn the sides up so they're round. Yeah, I normally put a zero point 0.5 bevel on them, right? And then you bring the segments all the way up. And then what I do is, oh, there you go. Yeah, you can definitely overload the memory because what it tends to do is it'll load from like for example, like on the Snapmaker has onboard memory. So it loads from the Snapmaker memory stick to the onboard memory, and then you'll have a big list of files that you can take out, and then you can print. So, but what you'll have to do from time to time is clear out those files. It's just how it is, right? Just like with a USB card. On the Bamboo, it uses the Bamboo. So if you airdrop to the Bamboo, it'll have the same thing again, where it has an internal memory, but that memory stick is the internal memory, right? So we got 2.5 here, right? So, and we probably want, we can measure our buttons, the ones we have, but I'll just show you the easy way. And what you do is you just so this would be like a zero point 0.5, just to give us a little or sorry, zero point 0.5, give you a little recess. And then we probably want like a sidewall of like a 1 mil, something like that. So remember, it's the radius, so you double it, right? So if your sidewall is 1 mil, it's actually 2 mil the diameter. So if this is 12, right, this will be 10. And then again, we're going to round it out, right? We just take that and we align to the top of this. And then we can figure out our hole spacing from the existing button, right? Buttons you have, or you can just kind of like, make it up as you go. As long as there's a gap between them, I generally leave like 2 mil, and my diameter, my hole, probably be like 2 mil. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little bit more, but there's our hole, right? And then we'll take this down and that's as easy as it is for button. It's not rocket surgery. It's really not that hard to do, right? And that is a button. That's easy. Like I said, a lot of my CAD projects are really, really easy to do. They're not something you have to overthink. They're just try it and keep going through it. But that's buttons. That's it. Some of these are mocked up off of my existing stuff, but like for example, if I lost a button on my let me get a coat. So like say I lost a button on oh yeah, so we had a fault here. Hold on. Yeah, we had a fault on the the voron, so we just stop this. Home all, right? So we stop and then we home if there's any issues, right? And you can see here there's a buildup there. Of course, try to clear out underneath your build plate because that's where we had a jam up because of that one time. Alright, so just come in here. Right, cleared everything. There's a little gap between the backing plate or the base plate and the back of it, but it's the same. And we can try it again. So like I'm having an adhesion issue. You see here it goes. It's 230 is my problem. My scripting. There's a weird script issue with my voron where we had to default the temperatures. So then I have to go in and prepare, and then I have to go and can I copy this? Yeah, I can. So, and this will be, so we need to now change this, right? So we're going to go in here, and it is in our machine G code. And you'll see here it has adding stop Orca from adding its own heat code, and then there's a bunch of options here, and then we got to come in and change these things. And you can see set temp 230. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually change that, and we'll have to change it. This was an issue that I was worried about with the machine, and this is what's been causing me problems. So we're actually going to change this to 245, right? And then we're going to save, but we're going to save this to pet G, right? So I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, you can't see that screen. Hold on. I don't know if I can even show that screen. 2 seconds here. Snapmaker. Yeah. So we went into the. So we saved it, right? So we went up here into voron, point 1, point 4 nozzle, and then we had to update the base because on the regular build, it's actually this will be. So I need to change. Uh, the regular one is this one here is PLA. So and the only way to explain it is that for some reason it there's some sort of issue between Orca and the voron, so we actually have an override in the G code, and it sets it at 230. Which I wish this. I don't know how to change this so this doesn't come up as a problem, but it. So you just have to end up choosing. So then we're going to save this, but we're going to save this as PLA, right? And then when I'm picking my machine, I have to pick between my machines, so I need to pick the pet G, so it says the base layer at 245. And it's just an ongoing issue. I don't know how to answer it. We're just doing a mechanical workaround on it. So, hello, Built Over Bot. So again, we're going to slice, then we're going to print, and then we're going to update, and then we'll watch the. Can you see the temps on here? No. You'll see here it'll change my temps up here, and it'll go from it'll go. Oh no, it's going to 230. Okay, so I don't know. So this needs to go to 245. This is the strangest things about the voron for me is there's a lot of things like a disconnect between them between what what voron is doing versus what the other machines will be doing, and I'm not sure how to change that. So we did this as a workaround some time ago. So yeah, it's weird. I'm hearing splash, but I have nothing on in the background, just me. Streaming in general, the formatting for streaming is it's I don't understand why it's so hard. It doesn't need to be. None of this matters. Again, it's my usual complaint about software, though. Software is designed by software engineers, not by end users, and they don't really do what the end user. It should be plug and play go. It really should just be plug and play go. But I don't know. So now we're watching this spec, and then what it's gonna do is it knocks it down for some reason. And then what I need to do is it gonna glitch out? So I re-rendered it using the new format, and I don't know. So it's glitching out now. You see, it's at 230. Build plate's at 60. Should be just sitting there. I should just go straight to running, but it's not gonna. So what I have to do is I'll have to stop it, and now it's glitched. I don't know what's up with it. Whereas in a typical slicer, something for like a prefab machine, you don't run into that problem. See, it's weird. It jumped up. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna home all. This is like we're just running cycles, right? And then we're gonna print. And then oddly enough, we'll try this and see what happens. So we'll leave it cycle, but it why it needs to ignore Orca slicer selections is like a workaround that we did some time ago when we were trying to get the machine to run. And remember, we re-sliced it to get it to do the new spec. Okay. But why it's being the way it is, I couldn't explain to you. And then we're going to watch our temps here again. So now, for some reason, it's set mean 245. So figure that one out. And then I don't think there's an issue. Yeah, I set it to pet G. So yeah, there should be no issue. Have you guys heard of Hitem? Hitem 3D? Hitem 3D? I keep getting commercials for it, and I was like, okay. So now it's still sitting at 245, and now it's cycling. Why it does that, I don't know. But it should layer the first layer at 245 and then drop down to 230. With the new high flow PET G from Polymaker, I've found you don't need to go crazy hot. It won't. I'm having trouble getting it to bond at 230, but it bonds at 245 no problem. So, and then and yet it's still being a little moody, but we'll see how it goes. But that ends up being the essential is getting that first layer down nicely, and then once you're from there, you're good. And then yeah, so we're gonna do some video gaming. But it was easy enough just to design a button. It takes like 3 seconds. It's maybe 2.5 minutes to make a button, and it's just a nice little like simple thing you can do. Because like one of the things you can do to change your style or change your clothing is just change the buttons on it. It probably takes longer to sew the buttons on than it does to actually literally design them and print them. So, and I'm just watching the graph here and we'll see it drop off. It should be no issue. And I think my build plate is still a little tight. I keep having to adjust it, but oh, we crashed. But we ended up with some nice models, some both in Pet G and PLA. So it's just that first few layers is getting a little weird, and I think it's a moisture issue here in the lab. Um, just tends to be the way it is. But once we get it all running, it's fine. So I'm as lost as you are when it comes to why. And it failed again. So I don't know what's up. Maybe my water is too. Maybe my filament is too saturated. I don't know. It shouldn't be a problem though. I do have a base for this, but like it shouldn't. So I'm gonna wash the build plate. We'll try again. But PetG is a reliable product. I am having some trouble on the Voron. I don't know why, but it is a reliable product and it works. So, and it's like I don't know if it's a not enough first layer squish or what, but and then all I use is like a scrub brush, like a I use hot water and like a dish scrubber, and then all I do is basically I take dish soap and it works good. We can try the flat side and see what happens. That'll be fun. But, you know, there is an easy way to check your zero. Um, is you can take your machine, right, and you can turn the build plate to 60 or 70, for example, in this instance, 70, and then you can zero this out and see how well a piece of paper fits. This is the old school way, but normally, like so you're gonna want it centered though. So you do 60 and then zero. So that should. Oops, got this backwards. This should be zero, and this should be 60. This will be the center. This is over the screw, and this should have no problem. See, that's a little loose, so and then we'll do the same again, but like we can do so 0 is the front, 120 is the back, so we'll do like 120 um sorry. Yeah, so 0 is the neutral position. So that'd be the front right or front left corner. So y, right? So we're gonna go like 119, and then we'll make this, right? We'll make this like say 10, because that'll bring it just in from the edge, and that should put us over the screw. Okay, there we go. Now I'm underneath. So now I'm a little loose there, so what I'm going to do is just loosen my back corner a little bit. And what I can do is I can go +1, 1 mil, and then I can move this, right, and I can check it again and just make sure my paper's underneath in case my paper isn't fully under that corner. There, so now I'm under the corner, and then I can check it again, right? So I just return this to 0, and basically this is like this should tell me, so I'm really tight there. I can't move my paper at all. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll do like 118 or so I'll do this as like, so my build plate's 120, so I'll go like 115. And then this can be like 115 as well. Say 115. And that'll just sort of get me over the screw in the back. And see, I'm real tight there too. So I'm going to go down 1, which is actually like, and that should give me, so now I'm underneath, right? Because you want to make that clearance. But this really shouldn't change that much, to be honest with you, but it does. Am I over the? Yeah, I'm over the plate. So that should be okay. So we'll try that again. And we're going to do the smooth side and just see what it's like. And we just reprint. So then we home all, right? Because we don't want to get it, we don't want to confuse it, right? And we just print. I don't know. Once you get it nailed, it's good to go, right? That's that simple. And this is how old printers used to be. And then, do I have my YouTube open? I do, right? And you guys can go check out this video by Suspicious Tumble. Sorry, Stack Tides. Gotta make sure I get her name right. I don't do lip syncs. I don't do fashion walkways. I don't do anything. When I do my costumes, I just do my costumes. So I just do the thing. And I just didn't end up building one. I just didn't end up doing a new one this year because we ended up deciding that we're going to Smurf. So there's only so much time and money, right? So yeah, if you have any questions about sort of Tinkercad design concept, I'm glad to help wherever I can. And we're just playing some video games because you can't design all the time. Well, you could, but I can't design all the time because I run out of ideas. I should be starting some new like vehicles and stuff, but I'm sort of, when it comes to Dark Star stuff, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. So I think I need to do some more writing in the book, and then I'll release the updated book, and we'll go from there. And here hopes that it decides to be, what's the word? Get out of the rad cloud I'm in. Here's hoping that the machine decides to be agreeable. I had too many sounds going on in the background. I got music going as well.
I presume you've seen to it that the Technology Support Group has updated the Senior Executive exam with my clarified answers. I'm growing weary of the spineless executives you've been sending me. You find me some candidates with the wherewithal to survive here, or else I'll find someone who will.
Now we're a senior executive. Because the excitement of real life is just nothing without being a paper pusher. And yes, we are stuck with the shotgun again for some reason. And no, we're failing again. Alright, well then. Let's stop it again. Clear the nozzle, I guess. I don't know. It was fine earlier, and now it's just being difficult, so maybe it's the... We'll flip it back over to the textured side, right? And then all I'm going to do is reach in behind and double check there's no pet G buildup. There is a little bit. A little bit build up. And then we'll take our flip it over. We're going to glue our build plate. Maybe my pet G is wet. That could be a thing. Push, just putting a nice little even coating of glue on wherever you are. The glue acts as two things. One, it gives it something a little bit to bond to. Two, it acts like kind of like a little bit of a leveler. And three, it gives it a release because the glue will flex with the build plate when you want to release it. So, yeah, just the same. Just full day today.
User detected. Connecting.
User connection detected. Motherlode 003 reporting. User system 003 requests assistance. Fuel levels critical. Hull critical. This motherlode requires repair beacon. User recover. Repair beacon. User recover. Repair beacon.
Ooh, free fusion cell. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on because it was printing fine the other day, and it looks like we're failing again. I had it printing jacks. Should be a non-issue. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. So I've had it's just been a mixed bag. So I have another option, which is I can then raise the build plate again. So I've done glue, I've done temperature, I've done build plate. I'm gonna raise the build plate again. So what I'm gonna do is instead of worrying too much about the paper, I'm just gonna go and turn this. I'm gonna release the screw so the spring tension lifts it up a little bit higher, and that's all we're doing. Oh no, it was doing all right actually. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's okay. We're gonna do this screw just a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird sometimes. And it's weird because PETG is actually one of the easier things to print comparably to other products. So. Because we run ABS, nylon, PETG, PLAs all on this machine. I run just about a little bit of everything on here. I run stuff when you guys aren't here so I can test, right? But so we'll try it again. But it's I don't know. I don't know. I did receive my luggage today, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to have to try and pack it and see how well it does. And we'll just see how it goes. So now you see it cycling. It's going to do its thing. Did leave a purge line. I shouldn't need a number 2 nozzle for any of this. I've run it on a number 4 all the time, so I've made multiple of these buttons in the past. I just thought it was an interesting thing to show you guys. I will often make the joke though that I'm so fast at making things that I can play video games, make a thing, print it, or sorry, set it to print, and then go back to playing video games. It's what is it, efficiency of time, as they say. That always makes me laugh because I make so much stuff. Search the lab on information. So, oh, where to find the beacon? Oh, there we go. I have no extra bobby pins, sorry. But I do have some extra 10 mil, if you get my meaning. If you want to catch a 10 mil.
Requisition code accepted. Issuing repair beacon. Beacon deployment clearance granted.
User, proceed. Down. Deploy. Beacon. Proceed. Elevator.
Poor Motherlode. Looks like we got buttons going. So again, it takes some finagling, but that plate should now be zeroed. It should not be a problem anymore. Until it is a problem, if you know what I mean. My 10 mil doesn't do very much. And I got no 5.56. But there is a mini nuke down there. Free mini nuke? Who doesn't want that?
Launch detected. Distance 12 meters. 800 meters. 400 meters.
Oh, poor robot.
Connection complete. Repair systems engaged. Motherload status nominal. Repeat. Status nominal.
Oh, good.
Initiating breach procedure. User, stand clear. User presence detected. Priority materials deposited in docking station. Motherload 003 complete, user. Motherload complete. Motherload remembered.
Alright, looks like we got our 3D print going on. Looks like things are working. That's good. Oh, that's cool. What is that? Is that like a rifle? I've never heard of the fixer before. Stealth build. Stealth build. Bah, I say to your stealth build. is this? This is level 15, and I'm level 20, sure. Ooh, can we do better damage? Yes. And now we're out of ammo. We're starting, and now we're out of adhesive. Alright, so all the fat loots that we can carry. Okay, so where's the gift? Ah! Just some caps? Alright. Well, is that the end of that? I guess that is. Let's go do this one. Alright, so we're printing okay. I don't see any buildup on the nozzle. So maybe we got it? Sometimes these things just need some fiddling. That's why they went to the
Eagles out there invited to a show. We captured Beckett. If you want to see blood, roast a pig, then come on down to Poseidon.
the auto bed leveling and stuff. That's why they went that way.
If they ain't blood eagles, they'll get shredded too.
That's why it's why the technology went the way it did. It was hot today here too. It's like, it says it's 8 degrees out now, but it had to be 15 out today. It was warm here in Vancouver. Maybe it's just me. Just a random skeleton in the middle of the street, sure. That's not scary at all. None of you are online. See, some of you are online, maybe? Well, that did the job. We'll have some buttons soon. I don't know if 23 minutes for 6 buttons is necessarily that good a deal, but I guess not everyone has an injection molder in their house, so. I know I don't. Well, that blew up, yeet. Oh, we can level up. Yes. Ooh, gain +7. Or gain 7 charisma when bartering. Ooh, that's a good one. Why did Vault Boy cross the street? Because he was stapled to the chicken. Ooh, funny. So we're doing perception, I guess we're doing here? Sure. Ground pounder. Cannibal. That doesn't sound good. That's right, we have a luck of 1 because we don't like to have fun around here. You know, luck is only for people who like to have a good time. What do we got for dailies? Complete an event, kill an overgrown. Deal critical using automatic weapons and VATS. Well, I don't think I even have an automatic. But we have food. boat. I wonder, do you get an accuracy bonus if you're wearing a baseball glove? Learn the history of some random house in the middle of the Appalachians. Sure.
What?
The Riverside Manor, whatever that is. And I'm overweight again. There's a key. I wonder if like that, if there's a way to bring back that 50s aesthetic. Like that, that like atomic punk aesthetic. Probably not. I think, you know, once things are gone, they're gone. You do get like revivals every now and again with a little bit, but I think once it's gone, you know. Sure. But I think we're gonna have to find another game to play or come up with some new designs because I think I'm through the vast majority of the game. Because this is actually an alternate. Oh, is this where the writer of the Shroud lived? Isn't the Shroud from Fallout 4? Yeah, this is in 2078. And I still Every time I play the Fallout games, it always kills me. I'm like, how is it that they never... How is it that they never, like, repair anything? I guess it's not the aesthetic, but... Oh, this is some rando thing I found. That's right, I haven't done this quest before. Search the front of the parlor while wearing the veil. Some sort of secret bunker. Some sort of really secret bunker. Schmancy, holy. Join the Order of the Mysteries. What I need is a workbench or something similar. Put your hands up in the air. Pompadour wig. Do I need a pompadour wig? Alright, let's go back and do the thing. But Schman, oh, this surprised me. I didn't expect to be surprised after playing so much of the game, but this is interesting. Oh, it's... Very interesting. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break for a few minutes here. Let's just get to a scrap tea. There's your weight. You ain't got no underpants. You got a Gatling laser. So our button's finished.
Frederick Rivers, production log number 194. Been a busy week. Janet and I finally got the new fabricator all wired up. Should have done this years ago. Brianna was our first guinea pig, user. Her blade turned out fine, but her phantom device had a bit of a valve leak. Had to clear the lab until we could vent the gas. Ooh, nasty stuff.
Alright guys, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Deserves most of the credit. It's a slick system.
morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Free Heathen Workshop. I'm back, and our buttons are done. Give them a little wash in some water to get the glue off them. But they're easy peasy lemon squeezy. Pet G works really good. They go through the laundry well, they don't get beat up. I found that when I was doing PLA buttons, they kept breaking, so it was a nice alternate. Alright, everybody, I think I'm going to call the show at that. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. We ended up with 2 hours today here on YouTube. We had a previous stream, and we had this one. Catch up, leave a comment, see what you think. Making buttons, doing stuff. That's the nice thing about 3D printing. You do a little design, you do a little printing, and then you can do whatever you want with your time. It's all about efficiency, and I showed you how to make a button already, so it's pretty straightforward. Thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you have a great night. Thank you all for being here.